this world appreciates extroverted people much more than they do introverted people. Nobody likes the quiet kid. Introverted people and extroverted people, two different types of people, two different characteristics. There are different types of introverted people as there are different type of extroverted people. From the most part, what you need to know is if you're an introverted person, you don't have a very big social battery. After you go out with some friends, you come home and you're completely tired. You just want to be alone in your room just to recharge. Whereas extroverted people are quite the opposite. Maybe they go to one plan, and after that plan, they're like, oh, let's go do this, let's go do that. And they just have this amazing social battery where they just will not get tired. If you don't know which one you are, you can take a personality test. I'll link it in the description below. I think it's a good base to start to get to know who you are as a person. In this video, it is geared more towards my introverted people. If you are an extrovert though, I do recommend you stay and watch till the end of this video because you will learn certain things that introverted people do that you as an extrovert can implement, and you're kind of just extracting certain characteristics. As an introverted person, for my personal self, I every time I'm in social situations, I don't speak too much, and this can be a good thing because when you're in a social situation and they're in a group of people and everybody's talking, the moment you say something is going to make other people stop whatever they're saying, and it's going to allow them to give you their full attention. Whenever you're in a social situation, you're with some friends, you're speaking, the moment that you open your mouth to speak, they're going to stop whatever they're doing and they're going to give you their full attention because you're somebody that doesn't speak a lot. And every time you do speak, you're saying very significant things. You're not just speaking just for the sake of speaking, which is what a lot of people like to do in social situations. Even if they don't have any knowledge about any topic, they'll just talk and talk and talk. Whereas as an introverted person, you are extremely good at using your eyes and using your ears way more than you use your mouth. And that is a huge advantage because you're always aware of your surroundings. And the way I grew up was because I was always looking and watching and listening, I was able to understand and learn from other people's mistakes, and I was also able to learn from other people's successes because my mouth was shut a lot of the times, and I'm always just noticing what is going on around my surroundings. I'm noticing what other people are doing, what they're doing that's considered good, what they're doing that's considered bad, what are they doing that can help me, what are they doing that won't help me. So that is one advantage. When you are going to be going to certain social gatherings and there's going to be a group of people talking, you don't really need to talk, and when you do talk, you don't really need to get deeply involved in the conversation. Of course, if you have a thought, if you have something to say, if you have something to share in that moment, then share it. But once you start speaking, don't go on for 5, 10, 15 minutes. Say what you gotta say, and then let the conversation carry on. Because that way you kind of have a bit of power in that situation where people notice that you don't speak a lot. So when you do speak, everybody be quiet. Let me listen to what this guy has to say. He doesn't say much, right? So that's a kind of an advantage of being an introverted person. And as I've gone on this journey of just trying to improve every single day, I've noticed that this world appreciates extroverted people much more than they do introverted people. Nobody likes the quiet kid. Um, so I've had to adapt as you should in certain situations. And by adapt, I don't mean trying to be fake and trying to be an extroverted person, which you can't really be, and it's not sustainable. You can try doing it for a day, but then you're probably just going to be so tired, um, because you don't have that social battery. So one thing that extroverted people are very good at doing, they're very good at showing emotions. They're very enthusiastic. They're very outgoing. And in certain situations, as an introverted person, you need to have even just a little bit of um, that energy. You can say, if I am going to speak to somebody significant, you don't want to speak to them with absolutely no emotion, absolutely no energy. You know, that's why even when I make these videos, I want to be a bit more outgoing. I want to do a bit more with, my emotions, with my hands, with my smile, this and that. But honestly, that's just not who I am. Um, I'm very, very emotionless, which in certain situations is not a good thing. So I'll give you two examples. Let's say if you're going to a job interview. If I'm going to a job interview, I can't just be emotionless. I have to, show a smile. I have to be a little bit enthusiastic. I have to be a bit excited about the opportunity that's in front of me to secure this job. And another thing is, I started working tremendously on my social skills, just reading a lot, listening to a lot of podcasts, and especially when I do read, I read aloud so I can hear myself and I can pronounce the words, so I can kind of improve my speaking skills. I think that's very important because the right conversation with the right person can change your whole life. I'm in Barbados right now, and if I go to the beach and I bump into a stranger and we have a conversation, if I'm not showing any emotion and I'm just I'm looking very low energy and I'm not giving him any energy back, that person probably had the resources to change my life. As somebody who's trying to be an entrepreneur, as somebody who's trying to be self-employed, if I am speaking to a stranger, I have to show some enthusiasm. I have to show very good energy, because the right conversation with the right person can potentially change your life. And staying on the topic of energy, as an introverted person, I do get a little bit flustered. I do get a little bit uneasy when I am around people that are very outgoing. When you go to a dinner, you go to a restaurant, and the server is just so smiley and so happy, and they're like, oh, like, I'm not even gonna try to do what they do, but it comes down to a certain point where you start to question if this is actually how the person acts every day, every moment of the day. There's no way they can be this energetic. So obviously, when you are a server, you kind of have to put on your server voice. But when I'm in contact with people like that, even if it's outside of a restaurant, sometimes people are just very high energy, very outgoing. Because I know that I can't match that for a very long time. As an extroverted person, you may want to take a few pointers from introverted people. Being able to sit in a room with yourself, um, can allow you to understand the thoughts that you have in your mind, can allow you to reflect on why you do certain things, why you think certain thoughts. The more time you spend with yourself, the more you know about yourself. It's as simple as that. If you're always around other people, you don't have time to think about yourself. You don't have time to reflect on yourself. As an introvert, my suggestion is to try and improve your communication skills, and you probably won't be able to reflect the exact energy as an extroverted person who's very outgoing. But what you can do is, if you're very good at communicating, all you need to do is have a little smile. So even as an introvert, let's say you improve your social skills, the next thing is going to be, what about my social energy? My communication skills are excellent, but when I'm going out, I'm still getting tired. Unfortunately, right now, there isn't anything that I could say that'll help in that situation, because even though my communication skills are amazing, because I am living more in the present moment, it allows me to be a bit more energetic, it allows me to be a bit more enthusiastic. I still get very tired in social situations if I'm spending a lot of time in a group of people, just talking and things like that. I usually go home and I just want to be in my room and just recharge that way. Extroverted people are kind of the opposite, where they actually get their energy by communicating with people. I guess this is kind of an introductory video into a small series that I want to do for people that are introverted. And because I am somebody who has changed massively from, let's say, even a year ago, even 8 months, somebody who's very shy, who would never put myself in a situation to communicate with other people at all. If I'm sitting beside a stranger on the bus, I am never saying the first thing. I am not starting the conversation. So from going from that to somebody who can confidently be able to communicate with people in different situations and different scenarios, I believe it's something that all introverts need to understand how to do. And this is kind of why I'm making this video, because I do want to make a series for guiding introverted people on how they can better navigate this world, how they can better navigate life. When you are somebody who maybe doesn't get the same type of treatment as extroverted people do, how to find that balance of being a little bit introverted and a little bit extroverted, and the advantages and disadvantages. That's kind of what I wanted to share with today. It was a little bit all over the place, kind of like how my videos are, but I'm trying to improve on that. I just have so much stuff that I want to share, and I try to make points and break it down, but then there's just so much more to cover, because everything that I speak about, it's just, there's so much to it, there's so much substance, and you can go in depth from so many different angles. So I will improve on that though. Thank you for watching the video if you're still here up until the end. Introverted people, extroverted people, amazing people, you're feeling blessed. I hope you've woken up feeling healthy, and please like the video, please share it if you would like to share it, please subscribe, and please leave a comment. It would mean so much to me, and I will see you guys in another video.